remain seated until the Star Tower has come to a full and complete stop.
I know. Welcome to our day at California's Great America. Yes, I do have a special guest with me here today. That's Megan. Say hi to Megan, or don't. They can't hear you. In the time that it took me to make that intro, we've already ridden 3 rides, so at this point in our day, I'm writing those down in my roller coaster notebook. After we took a break from getting absolutely rattled by Gold Striker, no, I didn't like it, we headed off towards the rest of the park.
Broke her leg in like 4 places.
Because it's so,
Broke her leg in like 4 places.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But it's so small.
Hey, how much is this?
I spent a lot of time on this trip admiring Railblazer. It just looks so weird. The ride itself is okay, but the presence that it has is amazing because it doesn't look normal, you know?
It sounds very rattly.
Yeah.
Which is something I've heard. We have to go.
What's that one?
The demon.
Oh, I thought it was closed.
Yeah, that's why. It's not intense at all.
Okay.
There's
classic.
2 loops.
It's like a very classic
And
coaster.
2 forks, so plastic.
Oh yeah, because it's from the 70s, yeah.
Yeah. So people don't like it because they hit their head.
It's currently closed.
What if we stand here for 5 minutes?
We can do that.
There's people on that roller coaster. It just looks like it's about to. I think it's gonna.
When I was really disappointed to find out that the demon was not going to open at this time, yes, somebody did tell us officially, we decided to head over to the Sky Ride, which I was pretty excited about because for some reason a lot of parks don't have these open anymore, and that is just tragic. This foliage tunnel honestly did remind me of the one at King's Dominion, which is crazy because they are both owned by Cedar Fair, or what we used to know as Cedar Fair because they merged with Six Flags, and we don't have time to get into that right now. But one common theme amongst the Cedar Fair parks is that they just look nice. Now, you see it's very early in the morning here, which is why there's not a lot of crowds, but everything is very clean. Look at that Halloween decor. There's much more that we'll see later, but I was like immediately impressed with how this park feels and looks, and Megan agreed with me. At least I'm saying that they did. Where'd the music go? Hold on. After walking for a reasonable while amongst nothing that I needed to show you, we got pretty close to where the Sky Ride is, which happens to be right next to the Psycho Mouse, which was the first roller coaster that we rode today. This particular type of wild mouse is notorious for capacity issues, so if you want to ride it, you always go there first. And you know what? It was fine. I always try to ride every roller coaster in the park so I can write it in my silly little roller coaster notebook, and honestly, out of all of this style of wild mouse I've ridden, I'd say that one was my favorite. But now, it's time for the Sky Ride.
Look at the fucking hills. Hey. We're smoothing.
I'm pretty sure if I just
Which I think is an appropriate reaction because it's fucking annoying when it doesn't work.
So like I'm gonna do all the side stuff too.
Obviously. It's the same type as Medusa at the Dominator. Flight deck.
Like
The inverted one.
And then we were at the Mass Effect ride.
I know Austin played it, then it was like
I'm just kidding. It was actually a really cool simulator, but all I recorded was us waiting in line for a while. So. Once we were done with that, we ended up doing another big walk. There were a lot of big walks on this day because the park is just not that big. So I believe what happened here is that we walked back the way that we came from. I'm not really sure why we did that, and I'm not really sure what our objective was, so it must have not been that important. So as we're walking past Railblazer for like the it's been a lot of times at this point. I still decided not to ride it. I don't really remember why, other than maybe I was trying to get most of the other coasters done first. Demon also still wasn't open, so I did not call that one earlier. And then Gold Striker there, we already rode it, and I wish that I'd liked it, but I didn't. Eventually we made it to the Spooky Spires, or what I believe is the New Orleans area of the park. It's pretty close to where the Mass Effect ride was, so we basically did a whole loop. Then we checked out the shop to see if they had any of the goods. Ultimately, we decided that this one did not have the goods. At this point in the day, both Demon and Flight Deck right in front of me were closed, so I was obviously worried about that. Instead of making it my problem, we decided to get some pizza. But then something amazing happened. Megan did not like the demon. You know how those arrow looping coasters are, sometimes they make your tummy feel weird, so now I'm in line for Railblazer by myself, and I feel very bad about it. However, I persisted, you know, I'm very brave like that. And since Megan was on the ground, and I was straddling that train, which by the way was not comfortable, this was my first single rail, so I guess I was nervous or something, because I didn't put my hands up going over the hill. Which seems very silly, it's not like there's anything to hold on. But as you can see, I did eventually put my hands up. See right here, you can see about halfway through the hill they shoot up because I was like, what am I doing? Anyways, this ride was very whippy, very fun. It looks like I'm having a good time as I'm the only one with my hands up. And you know what? I did. After that, it was time to go and do the Grizzly. Megan did also not join me for the Grizzly, which I totally understand because this roller coaster sucked. It looked awesome though in the sunset. And I also think it's really cool how right here you can see those cables twisting as the train goes by. That's awesome. It's a shame that it sucks so bad. I literally hated this. I wouldn't ride it again, but I also hate wooden roller coasters, so maybe that's a me problem. We're now nearing the end of our day, so we decided that we would take one last big walk, and I was hopefully going to find a bad t-shirt.
Regular fast picture. Unless you want a Polaroid of me and Snoopy, but it needs to be documented.
I want you to find the best, worst shirt.
An eagle one is. I'm thinking about it. Look at that. Is Spike old man Snoopy?
I have no idea.
I've never heard of him before today.
No idea. I couldn't tell you.
Whoa.
Oh my god, look at that.
Flight deck. It has people on it.
Oh!
Yes!
That stupid ass ghost with its tongue out.
I love that ghost. That's the ghost.
That's the one? It looks so fucking stupid. Yeah, let's check out Flight Deck for you then.
At this point in our day, on our final walk here, Flight Deck had not been opening all day. And also, Patriot had shut down, so I was starting to get worried about getting my last 2 coaster credits, especially this one because I was really looking forward to it. It was probably my second most anticipated, because look at this queue. It's still themed how they used to do at the Cedar Fair parks, probably from Paramount. Come on, it's called Flight Deck, let's be honest here. But I was really excited to ride this one, even though I knew it was probably going to hit my head, just because it looked really cool. And I got to. Not only that, but the ride was fine. The only coaster left to ride at this point was Patriot, which I was not excited about, but I knew that I was gonna do it. I also decided maybe I'll buy a hat and a nano coaster instead of a shirt.
Turns out the hearse is really long.
Yeah. So, you know, impressive this one.
Yeah. I forgot this was the area with 0 bathrooms, so I'm gonna keep holding it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. I see anyone take photos of it.
It might just because it's so long, it's hard to take a photo. Not gonna like it, but I like having 100%.
It feels good to 100% things, yeah.
And then
Now, not to spoil it for anybody, however, I'm just gonna say now, I didn't like Patriot. I hit my head. That's so it was bad. But right after that, I did find this house. House? Hat. Jesus.
You were cutting it off, so.
Chop it off!
And so, after recording what I believe to be the 8th cycle of Railblazer that I took a video of, I didn't need that many. Anyways, we walked back to the back of the park to pick up the Railblazer Nano Coaster that we couldn't find in the front. Not that that's a particularly eventful end to our day, but that was it.